So you got yourself a PS1, you love it, you play it all the time, you got your favorite game, Mort the Chicken here, okay? Such a good game, you play it all the time, and it's starting to get kind of scratched up. So you want to preserve it. They aren't making these anymore. So you make a copy of it, a backup if you will. But the backup, it don't got the wobble in the disc. The PlayStation, it won't play it. You don't want to have to put some wires on here and mod it. See, but that's where the internet comes in handy. You got, ooh, we can go ahead and we can soft mod it. How are we going to do that? You get your little TonyHax game. You do some TonyHax. Just kidding. We're not doing that. You want to watch TonyHax? Go watch MVG or something. No, all we need for this is this nice little memory card and a dream, and all the other stuff that it takes to actually set up the memory card to work, but we'll get to that after the intro. So I did very briefly go ahead and in the intro mention TonyHax. This was something that was popular a very short time ago that allows an exploit to run using the TonyHax games and some other ones. I'm not going to make a tutorial on that right now. I'll have one linked, but that uses a game. This exploit that I'm focusing on, FreePSXBoot, I'll literally just read straight off the GitHub, exploit allowing to load arbitrary code on the PlayStation 1 using only a memory card, no game needed. So it's a soft mod which requires a memory card and a way to write raw data to it. Now, by flashing this to your memory card, you need to know all your stuff's gone. Okay, that's the TLDR. Also, the way that it formats your card, it's weird, and you probably aren't going to be able to get anything back. And also, if you don't do everything right, or you don't have the means to do everything right, you could end up with no means to recover your memory card. So your PS1 memory card may just be dead forever. So keep that in mind. Now, these things are pretty cheap, so probably not a big deal, but you know, if you don't feel comfortable doing this, then stop right now. Don't yell at me if you screw up. Thank you. To be able to do this, I'm skipping through all of the steps and everything because I'm gonna actually walk you through it while we're doing it. But the biggest thing you need to know is you need to look at the back of your PlayStation and you need to figure out what freaking BIOS you have, okay? And you'll be able to by a nice little sticker on the back. So you can see on the back of mine right here, mine says SCPH-9001. So that means if we go to this list, this is my BIOS version 4.1 1997 December 16th A. So all we do is we download this BIOS and we're going to be using that whenever we are creating this boot device. So we can go ahead and click on download. We will save that. Now here comes the tricky part. To be able to do this, we need a way to get that file onto the PlayStation 1 memory card. There are a number of ways of doing it. To me, the easiest seems to be using a PlayStation 2 and software memory card annihilator. You're probably going to want something like this memory card. PS2 FreePSXBoot, okay? If you don't know how to get one, watch someone else's video. I don't have one on that. Or go on eBay and buy a FreePSXBoot card if you don't want to take the time to make one. This, by far, seems like the easiest in this list of things to be able to go through and transfer files. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So what is Memory Card Annihilator V2? Memory Card Annihilator is this. Okay, so Memory Card Annihilator is a tool for formatting and unformatting memory cards. So pretty much it's just a memory card manager. It manages all the files. So what we're going to do is we're going to download this as well. We're going to get a thumb drive. We're going to format it and we're going to put these files on here. And then we can put it in the USB port of the PlayStation 2 and we can access that with our special memory card, which I just dropped and you probably heard. So flash drives nowadays are pretty big. I would honestly just grab the smallest one you can find. You really don't need a lot going on with this. This one I found incredibly old, 62 megabytes. I mean, this is literally like PS2 memory card type thing. You can do fat or you can do fat 32. This is so small, I'm just gonna leave it at fat. do the default allocation and quick format, and this will be able to work on our PlayStation 2. Also, back everything up. If there's anything you don't want deleted on any of these memory cards, absolutely make sure you back them up. So here you can see our flash drives here. We just formatted it. We're going to take memory card annihilator. We're going to copy it to the device. Now we're going to take our FreePSXBoot, which is built for my specific BIOS. We're going to take that and we are going to put it on the flash drive. And that's all we need to do on the computer. All right, so the way that my FreePSXBoot is set up is it gives me no signal. No, I'm just kidding. Is that it will save FreePSXBoot whenever you boot up. And then we just go ahead and we will go all the way down to our ulaunch ELF. So ulaunch ELF is really the main thing you need. You don't have to use FreePSXBoot. You can use OpenTuna or any of these other variations of things that just let you get into ulaunch ELF. But anyway, this is what we want. We want to go into our mass, which should be our storage. If you've never used this before, you can see there's a ledger at the bottom. Circle is okay. So let's hit okay. And then look at this. We have our stuff. So what we're going to do is we have FreePSXBoot, but we don't want to use ulaunch ELF to be able to navigate through this and to do everything for us. We actually want to use memory card annihilator. That's what's going to be setting up our FreePSXBoot. So an ELF file is used by launch ELF. The launch ELF launches ELFs. And now look, select a slot. So in the first slot, I have FreePSXBoot. In the second slot, I have my PS1 memory card that I'm going to obliterate. So we will select the PlayStation memory card, and the controls actually change. Circle, I'm smashing that circle button. Smash the like button. Smash with the circle button, does nothing. Hit X. And now you can create a backup if you so desire. I don't, so I'm not going to, because I don't care about anything that's on here. But now we can actually mess with some files. Now you may see this and think, well, I don't want to format or unformat. What am I going to do? I don't need to restore, because I haven't even made a backup. You do want to restore. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into our storage again. Now, I don't see the file. What do? I just hit L2 right now. You can hit R2 as well, and it'll uncover these hidden files. Ooh, spooky. And this scary little thing is what we're going to be using to restore our memory card image, because this is set up like a memory card. So this is going to destroy all the data. Again, back everything up. I don't want to hear anyone in the comments freaking out that they lost everything. And now we play the waiting game. And thankfully, we are using flash-based storage for our memory card, and we're using it for our USB drive. And even though the USB interface on the PS2, not very good. I don't even know if it's USB 2 speeds, to be honest. Like, the PS2 is pretty old. But because we're using flash-based for everything, and there's no like spinning time for a mechanical part, it actually goes by fairly quickly. And look at that, operation completed successfully. Press X to continue. Oh, I will hit X to continue. And now we can go over to our PlayStation 1 and see what can happen. Or our PlayStation, it doesn't have to be the small PlayStation 1. You can have your big chunk boy. All right, just whatever you set up, that's where we're going to. So here we are at the PlayStation 1. I am just using composite video, so this isn't going to look amazing, but this is not a video quality comparison that I'm doing right now. I'm just showing you how to softmod things. So I have my system, no disk in, the new memory card we just made plugged into slot 1, and if I hit the X button on memory card, you'll see it freaks out, okay? And that's a good thing. You want it to freak out. This is essentially a corrupted memory card that's doing the exploit. It is very intentionally freaking out the PlayStation to be able to run this. So you'll have that weird screen, and then it'll load up Unirom, okay? So here we are. Unirom is free. If you paid for it, you got shafted. So Unirom's ready. It's sitting here. It's on standby. So I hit X, and it goes into the next menu. We got install, we got file browser, memory cards, hex editor, status, some credits, or we can go ahead and just boot a CD. Okay, what do you want to play? You want to stop the disc and do a manual swap? You want to boot PAL to NTSC, boot NTSC to PAL, or hit play. So I have a backup of a game that I own. It doesn't read very well in my PlayStation. The backup works fine now. So I'm going to hit play, and now it says remove the memory card. Whenever this thing boots up, you can remove the memory card. It's all just stored in memory. You don't need the memory card up any longer than that. I'd actually probably recommend to go ahead and remove the memory card once you boot up. And as you can see, this is Digimon World. And guess what? Our Softmod works great. The FrameMeister resolution switching doesn't work great. So yeah, you can see it keeps screwing up every time I don't hit anything because it keeps swapping from 240p to 480i, which is really annoying. But you know what isn't annoying? Not having to swap discs to be able to boot up into our backups. So there you go. That's FreePSXBoot. That's pretty much all there is to it. To recap, we download some stuff, put it on a flash drive, put it on a PS2, put it on a PS1, boom, games are running, everything's going great. If any of that tripped you up, please let me know in the comments, and I will do my best to try to help you get everything figured out. As you can see, the game is still running fine. I decided maybe there could be something weird with the game only working in a video cutscene or an intro cinematic, and I need to actually get into the game, so here you go. You can see I am actually in the game. Everything's working totally fine. Everything seems to be going good so far, so thank you so much for watching. If you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments below, and until the next one, take care. Goodbye.